Hello students. Today we are going to see the important points of the lesson number 2, life processes in living organism, part 1. Students, already you have studied the constituents of foodstuffs. Total 5 constituents are present in the food, which are that carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. In that, carbohydrate, fats and proteins are the main source for the energy production, and these all are harvested in the mitochondria. But only foodstuff is not sufficient for the energy production. With that, oxygen is also necessary for the production of energy, and this oxygen we get by the process of respiration. So let us see how respiration takes place in our body, and after that we will see diagram related to the respiration. Here one flowchart I have drawn here on the blackboard. Observe it carefully. Respiration mainly takes place at 2 levels. Now which are that 2 levels are there? In that it takes place first at body level, and the second one is cellular level respiration. So total 2 levels are there in respiration: body level respiration and cellular level respiration. Now body level respiration means in which O2 and CO2 means oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange in between the body and the surrounding. Okay, this is known as the body level respiration. O2 and CO2 exchanged between the body and surrounding. And the second one level is cellular level respiration, in which food is oxidized. Oxidized means what? In which food is mixed with the oxygen in the presence or the absence of the that oxygen. Here cellular level respiration takes place by the 2 methods, or 2 main steps are there. In that, aerobic respiration is there and anaerobic respiration is there. Aerobic means in which oxygen is involved. Okay, and anaerobic means in which oxygen is not involved. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in the 3 steps. Total 3 steps are there by which glucose is oxidized. In which respiration? Aerobic respiration. In that, glycolysis is the first one step is there, and it is known as the EMP pathway. EMP pathway, this name is given by the scientist name, Embden Meyerhof Parnas pathway. Embden means E, Meyerhof means M, and P means Parnas. These 3 are the scientist name. So the name given as the EMP pathway because glycolysis process is invented by these 3 scientists. After that, the second one step for the oxidation of glucose is tricarboxylic acid cycle, and the name of this acid cycle is Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle is known as the tricarboxylic acid cycle. And the third one step for the oxidation of glucose is electron transfer chain reaction. It is also known as the ETC reaction. So by slide we will see the details about each step there. So let us see that slides. Now only we have discussed about the cellular level respiration. Here observe this diagram carefully. This is the diagram of respiration by which you can observe the part that involved in the respiration process. In that, nostril is there present. After that, mouth, larynx, trachea, bronchioles, lungs, diaphragm and the alveoli. These all are the parts by which respiration process takes place. Now let us see the first one step which is involved in the aerobic respiration. What is the name of that process? Glycolysis process. Now glycolysis means what? Process of glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm. Where it occurs? In the cytoplasm. A molecule of glucose is oxidized step by step in this process. So glycolysis means what? In which a molecule of glucose is oxidized step by step, and it takes place in the cytoplasm. When oxidation of glucose takes place step by step, 2 molecules of each, that is pyruvic acid, ATP, NADH2 and water are formed. Here ATP means adenosine triphosphate. NADH2 means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Listen carefully, long form of it, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and water are formed. Molecules of pyruvic acid formed in this process are converted into the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. Now acetyl coenzyme A, it is a one type of a enzyme. What is the use of enzyme? Enzyme are useful to speed up the chemical reaction. Here NADH2 also one type of a enzyme which is useful to speed up the chemical reaction. Now 2 molecules of NADH2 and 2 molecules of carbon dioxide are released during this process. When you will observe the diagram in next slide, at that time you can understand how these molecules are formed there. After that, tricarboxylic acid cycle is there. It is also known as the TCA cycle. Here glycolysis is also known as the EMP pathway. Tricarboxylic acid cycle means TCA cycle. Here in tricarboxylic acid cycle, both molecules of acetyl-CoA enter into the mitochondria. Where it entered? Into the mitochondria, and cyclic chain of reaction called as a tricarboxylic acid cycle. Cyclic chain of reaction means what? Tricarboxylic acid cycle is operated on it in the mitochondria, and acetyl part of acetyl-CoA is completely oxidized through this cyclical process, and molecules of CO2, H2O, NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. Here FADH2 means flavin adenine dinucleotide. Okay, NADH2 means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. So observe the diagram related to these 3 processes after the completion of this slide. Now the third one process which takes place in the aerobic respiration is electron transfer chain reaction. It is also known as the ETC reaction. In that, molecules of NADH2 and FADH2 formed during all above processes participate in the electron transfer chain reaction. Whatever molecules are formed, NADH2 and FADH2, during the all above processes means which processes occurred there? EMP pathway means glycolysis, and after that we have studied about the tricarboxylic acid cycle. So these 2 processes, in these 2 processes, whatever that molecules are formed there, these participate in the electron transfer chain reaction, and due to this 3 molecules of ATP are obtained from NADH2. How many molecules of ATP are formed from each NADH2? 3 molecules of ATP, and 2 molecules of ATP from each FADH2 molecule. It means from each NADH2 molecule 3 ATP molecules are formed, and from each FADH2 molecule 2 ATP molecules are formed. Besides ATP, water molecules are also formed in this reaction. An electron transfer chain reaction is operated in mitochondria only. Where it takes place? Only in mitochondria. Thus, a molecule of glucose is completely oxidized in aerobic respiration, and molecules of carbon dioxide and water are produced along with energy. It means the complete oxidation of glucose takes place in the electron transfer chain reaction. Okay, now let us see the diagram. Here mitochondria and tricarboxylic acid cycle, related to that one diagram you can observe. Now only we have discussed from each NADH2 3 molecules of ATP are formed, and from each FADH2 2 molecules of ATP are formed, and with that complete oxidation of glucose takes place, and carbon dioxide and water also released with the energy. Observe this diagram carefully. Here fatty acids are present, pyruvic acid is there, outer membrane and the inner membrane, and mitochondrial membrane is present inside the inner membrane. Now we will see the chart related to the process of energy production through aerobic respiration of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Observe chart carefully. That if we will see in middle, carbohydrates are written here. Now when insufficient amount of carbohydrates are present in our body due to the hunger or due to the fasting, at that time for energy production, lipids and the proteins are useful. Here lipids means what? Fats. Okay, here lipids, carbohydrate and proteins. Here these lipids get converted into the fatty acids and proteins are converted into the amino acids, but carbohydrates goes through the glycolysis process for the production of pyruvic acid. Whatever fatty acids are formed from the lipids, it get converted into the acetyl coenzyme A, and amino acid also get converted into the acetyl coenzyme A. Pyruvic acid already get converted into here acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A undergoes the complete oxidation with the help of the Krebs cycle, and it starts to release the carbon dioxide, water and energy. Means these three products are formed after the completion or complete oxidation of glucose. So this is the chart of process of energy production through the aerobic respiration. Means how glucose is oxidized in aerobic respiration. Related to that, these few processes are there by which it get oxidized. After that, the next one chart is about the anaerobic respiration in living organism. Anaerobic means in which oxygen is not involved. In this process, glucose, with the help of glycolysis process, glucose get converted into the pyruvic acid. Okay, glucose is converted into the pyruvic acid, and by using some enzymes, it by the fermentation process, pyruvic acid get converted into alcohol and some pyruvic acid get converted into the lactic acid. In that, some organic acids form and alcohol also form with the help of the fermentation process. This fermentation process takes place with the help of some enzymes. Enzymes mostly useful for the to speed up the chemical reaction, and with that it is useful for the yeast. Here by whatever glucose, by the glycolysis process, pyruvic acid is formed. By the fermentation process, this pyruvic acid is useful for the different products. In that vinegar, for the production of vitamins, it is useful, and various for it is useful for the various microbes also. This lactic acid is useful or present into the erythrocytes and for the muscle cells. Now let us see the next one point. Energy production in microorganism through the anaerobic respiration. How anaerobic respiration takes place in the microorganism, related to that some information is here. Let us discuss about it. Some organisms cannot live in presence of oxygen. Okay, so for example bacteria, such living organisms have to perform anaerobic respiration. Without oxygen they do the respiration process, and for which purpose? For the energy production. Glycolysis and fermentation are two steps of anaerobic respiration. Which are the main two processes are there which are occurred in the anaerobic respiration? Glycolysis and the fermentation. Here glucose is incompletely oxidized and less amount of energy is obtained in this type of respiration. Why less amount of energy is obtained in this type of respiration? Because glucose is incompletely oxidized. Now only we have discussed in aerobic respiration glucose is completely oxidized, and from that we can get a large amount of energy, and totally opposite of it, in anaerobic respiration we get less amount of energy. Pyruvic acid produced through the glycolysis is converted into the other organic acid or alcohol with the help of some enzymes in this process, and this is called as a fermentation. In chart you have seen that pyruvic acid get produced through the glycolysis, and it is get converted into the organic acid and the alcohol with the help of some enzyme, and this process is known as the fermentation process. Now see the next one chart. this is the energy from the different food component. This point is there, but here you can see the chart related to the amino acids and proteins. Now we know that amino acids are formed after the digestion of proteins, and proteins are formed by bonding together many amino acids. Now these are the some examples related to the amino acids and protein. In that, in skin, melanin and keratin is present. In bone, ossin is present. In cells, various proteins of cell membrane and various enzymes are present. In pancreas, insulin and trypsin is present. In pituitary glands, various hormones are present. In muscles, actin and myosin flexible proteins are present, and in blood, hemoglobin and antibodies are present. Now see the next one point about the mitosis. Now you have studied about the cell division. What is the use of cell division? It is useful for the growth of the living organism, and cell division takes place with the help of main two steps. In that, the first one step is mitosis and the second one is a meiosis. In mitosis, if we want to see, total 4 stages are there. Cell division takes place by two processes, mitosis and meiosis. In that, mitosis occurs in somatic cells. Now where are the somatic cells are present? These are present in skin, bones and the blood. And with that, this mitosis takes place in the stem cells also. Now stem cells means which can divide and become differentiated, and these also act as a repair system of the body. It means mitosis takes place in somatic cells and the stem cells of the body, whereas meiosis occurs in the germ cells. Now germ cells means what? Germ cells are found in the ovaries in female and testes in male. So in types of cell division, main two stages or processes are there. First one is a mitosis and the second one is a meiosis. Now first we will do discussion about the mitosis process. This mitosis process takes place with the two steps. In that, the first one step is karyokinesis. Karyokinesis means it is also known as the nuclear division. Karyo means what? Nuclear. And the second one is cytokinesis, means cytoplasmic division. It means mitosis completes by nuclear division and the cytoplasmic division, and namely it is known as the karyokinesis and the cytokinesis. This karyokinesis completed by 4 stages, namely prophase, metaphase, anaphase and the telophase. Okay. Now how that processes are there? By observing this diagram, you can see the genetic material is there in which chromosomes are present. Okay. In that, metaphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, just type of 4 stages are there. If you will see, the in prophase, condensation of chromosome start and nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts to disappear. Which stage? Prophase. Okay. After that, the second one stage is metaphase. In metaphase stage, chromosome line up at the equator. See this stage. Chromosome line up at the equator. It means it comes at the central plane, and chromosomes complete their condensation and becomes visible. After that, the next one stage is about the anaphase. See it carefully. Anaphase. In this stage, sister chromatids separates and daughter chromosomes migrate to the opposite poles. And the last one stage is telophase. In this stage, nuclear membrane and nucleolus formed around each set of chromosome and spindle fibers completely disappear. Here, see this stage. Here 2N means diploid, which having the 2 sets of the chromosome. Now let us see the next one point about the meiosis. Now only we have discussed cell division takes place by the main 2 processes, mitosis and the meiosis. Now in meiosis, total 2 parts are there in meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. The process of gamete production and spore formation occurs by the meiosis. So meiosis is useful for which purpose? For the process of gamete production and the spore formation. In this, 4 haploid means in which single set of chromosome is present. Haploid means what? Single set of chromosome, and diploid means what? 2 sets of chromosome. In this process, single set of in these 4 haploid daughter cells are formed from one diploid set. And if you will see the diagram in meiosis part 1, you can see again 4 stages are there: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. In prophase 1, again 5 sub stages are there. This first one, second, third, fourth and fifth. What are the names of these stages? In that, this first stage is known as the leptotin, second one is known as the zygotin, third one is known as the pachytin, fourth one is known as the diplotin, and fifth one is the dikinesis. And by these 5 stages, sub stages, prophase 1 completes there. Metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Observe the diagrams carefully, see the structure carefully, from that you can understand that how is the chromosomes are situated in this diagram. After that, meiosis part 2. Meiosis part 2, in that also again 4 sub stages are there: prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and the telophase 2. Prophase 2 in meiosis part 2, it takes place just like a mitosis. So details about it not given in your textbook. See, observe this diagram carefully and try to understand only the stages involved in the meiosis part 2. With this point, our important points of the lesson number 2 are completed. Thank you.